45 minutes to kick off at Anfield. Huge game. The team just broke a few minutes ago. Of course, for Liverpool, one or two big surprises, I suppose. Alisson in goal. Millie Vanilli James Milner filled in at right back. Gomez is at centre. Ibu did not make it. Kanate is out injured. Wow. Gomez with Van Dijk, and Robertson goes back in at left back. Fabinho, Thiago and young Harvey Elliott in midfield with Salah, Bobby No-Look and Jota. So no place for Nunez. Wow, and no place for Kanate. Nunez is on the bench and Trent is on the bench, which is unbelievable. Trent Alexander's back on the bench for Liverpool, which means he's back 2 weeks well in advance of what mustn't have been half as bad. Hit the like, hit the share. Let's get a few people on, but that is a weird one. Milner starts. I'm a little bit worried, I have to say, Milner, Foden and all that type of thing, but you never know. It might work for us. But it's going to be a long 90 plus minutes, guys. It's going to be a long 90 plus, but I, for one, cannot wait. The tension is building. 45 minutes away from kickoff, guys. As I say, hit the like, hit the share. Let's get a few people in for at least 20 minutes anyway, and we talk about this starting 11. We have Nunez on the bench. We have Trent on the bench, which is wow. You know, Kanate injury. I mean, hope he's not going to be one of these that is in and out of the team like a yo-yo. I mean, he'd only been back and he's bloody out injured again. Would have had Fabinho instead of Milner there. To be honest, I would have had Tsimikas. Instead of Milner there, but look, let's hope. Neil Trainer's in. Mark Forrest is in. Yes, Neil. Milner starts at right back. It's Milner, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robbo. That's the back four, guys. Fab, Thiago, Elliott in midfield. Salah, Bobby and Jota up front. This is going to be a tough game. There's just no doubt about it. City are confident, of course. They have Haaland back in their team starting. So Van Dijk's going to have one of those games with Gomez. The two of them are going to have to be on it. Look, if it's a brilliant goal by City and it's a really well-worked goal and it's not a mistake, you know, then you don't say too bad. But we start making mistakes, I'd be worried. Big up, Dave. Cedric Lopez is in. Hit the like, guys. 10 people in, only 5 likes. Get those likes up. The more likes we get, the longer we stay on, the better the show. Mosalah, we will be okay, says Mo. Let's hope so, Mo. Let's hope so. We're not thrown in the towel. We haven't even kicked off, baby. But we'll give a good account of ourselves. Don't you worry. Worried at the lineup, but let's see how it goes, says Mark. Harsh on Nunez, says Neil. Yeah, well, I think because our defensive solidity is not there, he's had to play the three. He's had to play the three in midfield. Fab, Thiago and Elliott, you know. I knew he wouldn't go 4-2-3-1. Big games. Man City coming downfield. You know, I think he's won 1 in 19, 2 in 25 there in the league. So we've a great record against him, but he's always conservative in the big games. Always conservative. I have given up any hope of a draw or a win looking at that 11. Let's just take the battering and move on, says Kingsley Rams. Don't give up before the bloody whistles even started, my friend. Milner currently having some WD-40 for the old creaks and joints, says Ants, Leicester fan channel. The old WD-40. I used to always say that in a joke, yeah. Let's hope the cans of Red Bull are out today. We're going to need that energy in midfield. The team on paper is strong and could do it, but not sure, says Mark. Look, I think everybody's going to have to play well. We're going to have to bring our A game. I said it earlier on the show I did. We'll need to bring our A game to Anfield today. There's just no doubt about it. You know, if we play anywhere, you know, a lower level or lower gear, there's no way we're getting that off City. City are that good. I mean, they're probably up there with the best team in the world right now. You know, with Haaland thrown in there, you would worry. But, you know, it's a 90 minutes at Anfield. I think the crowd have got to get behind the team today. And they're looking at that lineup and going, you know, let's just get behind the team and let's see what happens. I mean, we had a peculiar lineup against Barcelona, if you remember, when we were 3-0 down in that famous semi, we won 4-0. So you never know. And hopefully the crowd will boost our lads, as Mark. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. But I mean, look, as I say, Alisson's going to have a good game today in goal. He's no mistakes. Good game. Probably have to pull off 2 or 3 really good saves. So Alisson's going to have to be up in the 7 or 8 points mark. I mean, Milner's going to have a really good game. I don't know why. As you say, Fabinho, you'd miss Fabinho in midfield, but Tsimikas could have played there as well. I mean, Tsimikas can play. Okay, he's a left back, but he can play right back, and he's a full back, so he's natural. You know, could have played him there. Fabinho could have played centre half. He could have played Hendo. Maybe Hendo was a niggle. I think Hendo was a niggle. That was the problem there. Maybe he had that in his, you know, in his sights, but just couldn't do it. But Milner, Gomez, Van Dijk, and Robertson. Great to see Robertson back. But Trent is on the bench, which is Wow, isn't it? Maybe the plan is for Trent to come on last 20. I don't know. Because it's hard for Milner to last 90 minutes, you know. It's very hard for him to last 90. He'll give you a good 60, 65, there's no doubt about it. But after that, he starts tiring. So, Fab, Thiago, Elliot, the midfield is huge in this game. It's won and lost the midfield for me. I think Elliot's a bit lightweight there. That's my only problem. Um, he'll give us a good bit more going up front, though. But he has come on, Elliot. So maybe, he deserves to start. So we can't say much. He's been one of our shining lights, to be fair. So, he's in there. So Fab and Thiago are going to have a big, big game today because City's midfield is just wow. Trent will likely replace Milner later on. Yep, I think so, Mark. That's the plan, I would say. I'm just surprised he's on the bench. I thought he was at least another 2 weeks away. Salah, Bobby, and Jota. I'm delighted to see. Bobby and Salah were. I mean, we couldn't leave them out, could we? Hat trick from Bobby, two from Bobby, and a hat trick from Salah midweek. And just Bobby's been unbelievable. So he does like a goal against City, and then Jota just gives you that link up, gives you that unpredictability. You know what I mean? But I did not see that lineup. And when I seen the boo was out, Kanate was out. Oh my God, here we go again. I mean, this guy's injury city as well, and he's only young. Big lad, but injured too much for me. I mean, even at an early stage, we need him for big games like this. I mean, with Matip out and then Milner out, you know what I mean? If Milner gets an early yellow, Trent will be on, says Neil. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what City's game plan would be to go with Milner. Let's say he hasn't got the pace. I mean, if you were City fans or manager looking at that team and saying, right, get down that side, get down that right hand side. I mean, you've Milner there, get by him, Foden, whatever. Yeah, it could be a long one. You never know. You never know. You never know. Just hope for no injuries. We can't afford any more. Absolutely can't, Mark. Claire Dean is in the house. How are you, Claire? Hopefully you're well all the way from Peru. Getting tonked. Oh, crap. Well, look, I'm not being defeatist here at all. It's going to be tough. I mean, looking at that lineup, it is going to be tough. I said the same for the Barcelona game, and we were 3-0 down in the semi. I know that was a different game. There was a Champions League final place, But look, I still think we can do it. I still think we can do it. It depends on what way we start. First 10, 15 is so important to get the rhythm right, the tempo right, get the crowd behind us, and not let in a silly goal. If we let in silly goals, we could be in big trouble, because you don't want to be giving Man City or Haaland any encouragement. I mean, he doesn't need encouragement, does he? He just doesn't need encouragement. And I certainly don't want to give him any encouragement. I will be doing an instant match reaction straight after the game. Let's hope I'm in a good mood. So keep your notifications on for that as well. But Claire Dean is in. Fair play to you. All the way from Peru. I'm just having a nice little My Waddy orange. But just looking at the team, I mean, we go back to it again. I mean, having to throw Milner, what is he, 37, in there from start in a big game like this. A lot of pressure, a lot of pressure. And they will signal, they will go at him. There's no doubt about it. As you say, if he gets a yellow early, say first 10, 15, he's on a yellow card. Wow, a bit of pressure then, isn't it? So that's the issue, you know what I mean? So we've got to really protect. We shouldn't have to be protecting our fullbacks. That's the problem. The only thing is he'll give you a bit more defensive solidity than Trent would. But he won't be able to add to the attack like Robbo or Trent could. That's the only problem. So for me, although for me, we will want Milner to play well, absolutely, but I think it's the midfield. That Fabinho, Thiago, Elliot axis, we've got to get that right. We've got to defend when we defend, and we've got to attack when we attack. It's got to be that good. Salah's got to turn up like he did the other night against Rangers. If you have a Mo Joe has got to get his Salah mojo back, and I think we have a chance. But it's gonna be hard. It's a long day, as they say. It is not going to be easy. So I'll give you the starting 11 again. It's Alisson in goal. It's Milner at right back. Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson's back at left back. Fabinho, Thiago, young Harvey Elliott. Mosalah, the king of Egypt. Bobby, Nolan Firmino, the man in form, of course, and loves the goal against Man City, so I wouldn't be surprised if he got one. And Diogo Jota up front. Nunez on the bench. And a big surprise for me, of course, is Trent Alexander is on the bench. Now, wow, I didn't expect that at all. The likes of Phillips is on the bench as well, and Carvalho. Might see Carvalho later on as well. But this is a big game, and you need a full team to be playing City, really, don't you? We have a good record. I think Van Dijk's record is on the line here. The unbeaten at home in the Premier League. I think this is a chance where that could change. I know all records get beaten or stop at some stage. But for Van Dijk to hold on to the unbeaten record in the Premier League at Anfield from when he started games, it's going to be a tough ask. I'm hoping it happens, but it's going to be a tough ask. Tomorrow is my birthday, and a win would be the best ever present. Birthday presents Claire Dean. Happy birthday to Claire Dean tomorrow. Happy birthday, my friend, and hopefully 3 points is coming your way. A nice little early Christmas present, a performance from the Reds, and the 3 points in the bag. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Then you could enjoy your birthday even more. Yeah, it's Halloween in 2 weeks, and I'm hoping this game is not scary. It could get scary. This could be a Halloween type game, but I think Liverpool will turn up. Question is, City, will they turn up? Will Haaland turn up? Will the crowd turn up behind Liverpool? Will we keep it quiet first 10, 15? You know, which we need to do. We can't let in silly early goals. Silly early goals just kills us. It kills us. Absolutely kills us. You're chasing 2 goals straight away after 10, 15 minutes. And against a good team, a possession team like City, when you're attacking, they can catch you on the counter. Just, pin you off and you're deep, deep shit. So we got to get the tactics right. We got to get the energy right today. This is going to be huge. City will be out to smash us, says Mark. Well, yeah, they're out to smash everyone. City, look, defensively, City aren't fantastic. That is their weak point. There's no better. I mean, up front, they're unbelievable. Midfield's unreal. But defensively, the keeper's a mistake in them. Their defenders have an odd mistake in them. I mean, United scored 3 goals. Could have 4 or 5 against them. They beat them 6-3, I know. But they do let in goals. So that's the only chink of armour that I can see when you're playing City. You've got to go at them. It's no use sitting back. You've got to go. They'll just pick you off. This bleeding sitting back. You've seen teams do it over the years. Sitting back looking for draws. Silly. I mean, you go at them, you'll get a chance, and you never know. You just never know. Anything's possible in football. We've seen it over the years. It wouldn't be the end of the world if we did lose. I mean, we're probably expected to lose by most pundits today. I don't know whether you're watching them on Sky Sports and stuff, but most of them are saying we're going to lose this. I was a lot more, a lot more confident before seeing the lineup, to be fair. But still, get behind the team and let's go. Jose Allen, hi David, Scouse Liverpool, my friend. How are you, Jose? Get in, baby. Hit the like, hit the share. Neil, if Liverpool score first, they have a chance. If City score first, it could be a long, long day, baby. It could be a long, long day. Absolutely, could be a very, very long day. But we'll see. We'll see. I think the main thing for Liverpool is just to get that stability in the first 10, 15. Get a bit of tempo. Get the crowd. Just build the crowd. Get the crowd into a crescendo. Give them something to shout at. Give them something to shout at. Quieting down City on the team. They'll be set out. It depends on what way Pep. I'm hoping Pep overthinks it. Sometimes he overthinks big games, and it goes haywire. So I'm hoping he overthinks this game. I still got your Liverpool FC shirt, says Jose. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable. Hope you're well, my friend. We need to press City back. We need to press City back. Look, I'd take a draw now. I'm sure a lot of people would. I want to win the game. Of course you want to win the game. We're Liverpool. We're at home. Being realistic, I'd take the draw and then move and build from there. We've West Ham midweek and we've a tricky game against Forest following weekend away at City Ground. I mean, Forest are absolutely shite as well, but we're not far behind them. But let's see how we go today. You have to build. You have to keep building. We had a great win midweek. I know it was only Rangers, 7-1. It was nice to get 7 goals away from home, though, of course. And Salah and Bobby in particular looked on fire. Nunez will be ready to come off that bench, I'm sure, with 20-25 to go. I just hope he doesn't leave it too long and brings him on fucking 3 minutes to go. I mean, it takes 5 minutes to get warmed up. This business. If you're expecting anybody to do anything on the pitch, you need to be at least 20 minutes on the pitch. There's just no way you're going to get into a game, get into the tempo of a game with 10 minutes to go. It's just not going to happen. Okay, Salah did it the other night, but that was Rangers, wasn't it? But Jota 9 or Virgil 4 or Mane 10. Look, for me today, the midfield is key. The midfield is key. The midfield protects the back four. I think that has been our problem. We haven't had the protection from the midfield. And that's where our defence, and especially Van Dijk, hasn't looked out of sorts because he's had so much to do. There's been players running and coming out of nowhere, and today is a big test on that, isn't it? With City and their team, the way they play. It's just one way they play, as it's attack, possession, attack at the right time, and that's how they're so good, and that's why they're probably going to win the league, and they'll have a good shout at the Champions League as well this year. Hit the like, guys. Get it up to 11 people in. Only 8 likes. Come on, get it up. But So it's going to be a really interesting game. I'm just hoping Liverpool can turn up and put in a performance. I mean, a performance, even put in a performance. It's a weakened team, you have to say. I mean, obviously, Trent there. I still wondering why he didn't play Tsimikas. I mean, Tsimikas is on the bench. Tsimikas can play right back. You know what I mean? And he's a natural fullback. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Why he did that? Why he didn't? Maybe because we haven't got left back cover for Robbo. So maybe I don't know. City can be countered, says Mark. Yes, absolutely. Any team can be countered. But I think there's going to be a lot of possession from City, and we've got to pick the right time to attack and take the chance and be clinical, because we might only get 3 chances, good chances. We've got to take at least 2 of them. We got to take. You could see City getting a goal or 2 here. I mean, to keep a clean sheet would be wow. So could you see City getting 1, maybe 2 goals? We'd need 3 to win, 2 to draw. So I think we'll need to score at least 2 today to get anything out of it, even a draw. Fabinho plays there for Brazil, so I would have done that today, but I think Hendo has a bit of a niggle as well, so I don't think Hendo could have started anyway. So I think that probably stopped that idea. You know what I mean? Hendo's a bit of a niggle, and you've only Fab, Thiago and Elliott there in the midfield, so I mean, big pressure on Elliott, isn't it? It's a big thank you from Klopp to Elliott to be starting in a game like this. We've seen him do it before. He did it against Chelsea, and he did a great game that day, if you remember. He got injured that day against Chelsea. At the start of last season when he got injured, he was just coming into his own and becoming the player he is, which we know he will become because he's that good. But I just think the midfield is huge, that if it can protect the back 4, especially on the Milner side, and can, just stop all those tsunami of attacks from City. And I'm just hoping they've an off day today, City. They've done it before. Some games they've beat. I mean, the Villa game recently, Villa could have beaten them. I thought they were lucky to get out with a draw there at Villa Park a few weeks back. Coutinho scored, it was disallowed. I don't know what happened there. Maybe a bit of VAR luck. We deserve a bit of VAR luck today. Maybe we'll get it. Maybe we won't. 4-3-3. Nunes not starting is a huge mistake, says Gary. I knew it would be 4-3-3. I said it last night, said it this morning. He's so conservative. There's no way he's playing 4-2-3-1. Unless he says, I'm playing a 4-2-3-1 with, say, Bobby up front and you have Salah and Jota either side of him, Elliott just behind. But I think it's more of a 4-3-3, to be fair. I hope the crowd is up for it. We are going to need them. Absolutely, Claire. Happy birthday to Claire tomorrow. Give her a happy birthday. And we're hoping we get 3 points for her birthday tomorrow. Absolutely. But as I say, guys, I mean, I just think we got to turn up today. The crowd will make us turn up, of course, at Anfield. Look, well, here in Dublin now, it's a bit overcast, but it looks like a decent day. Oh, Man United ended 0-0. 0-0, okay, at Old Trafford. United 0, Newcastle 0. Wow, I would have thought United would win that, but Newcastle are a decent side. 0-0, wow. That's not a great result for United, is it? That is not a great result. I'd take 0-0 against City, though. Would you? Nice clean sheet. I'd take 0-0 against City, but 0-0 United, that's not a great result. But anyway, we have to, at the end of the day, we have got to look at Liverpool. We have to come on, guys, there's only 9 likes. Get it up to at least double figures. Chelsea are winning 2-0 against Villa. Yeah, seen that earlier. 2-0. Chelsea look half decent under Potter. I mean, he's working his magic. Potter is working his magic on Chelsea. He did a great job at Brighton, but he seems to be working his magic now with Chelsea. They're going to be harder team to beat. That's a good away win. 2-0 away to Villa. You know what I mean? United drawn 0-0. What was it? Leeds and Arsenal? I think Leeds or United or Arsenal winning 1-0 at half time. Saka scored. I mean, Arsenal, I thought we were unlucky against Arsenal last week. A penalty was given, penalty wasn't given. 1 or 2 harsh mistakes, stuff like that. We didn't quite play well, even though they only beat us 2-1. So I don't see Arsenal at the same level as City. I think City are a different level altogether. And the problem with this league is, if City run away with it, it turns into a farmers' league until Newcastle catch up with all that money. It could take another 2 or 3 seasons for them to get to that level. 4 or 5 windows at least. We just need to outscore them. I can see a 9-7 result today. With their defence and errors, says Helen Claire. 9-7. Jesus Christ. I'd be heart attack City. Listen, I take 1-0 OG, whatever. 1-0 own goal, VAR, decision, mistake, penalty, whatever. I can't see a clean sheet, though. There's just too much firepower up in City, isn't there? Unless Alisson has one of those McGregor days where he's pulling bleeding saves off left, right and centre. But I don't want that either, because that means your defensive midfield hasn't played great if your goalkeeper's overworked, I want to balance. I want to balance. Oh, Alisson's got to be good today. Yes, our midfield's got to be good to stop the bloody attacks. Klopp should have started Nunes. Would have been a different system, though. I mean, it would have been. I think Nunes can only go in that 4-2-3-1 system realistically, you know. And he's not playing 4-2-3-1 today against City. You know, we need those three in midfield. We really do. Even Bobby to drop back into midfield at times to make it a 4-4-2 because we know City's midfield is ridiculous. We got to stop Kevin De Bruyne. I think the key is De Bruyne. I mean, if you can stop him, you stop nearly 50% of their attacks. You know what I mean? And that's not easy to do. Super sub role today, I feel, says Mark. Super sub, yeah. Super sub. Imagine Nunes comes on and scores the winner, baby. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But nice to have to come on. But he must be frustrated as well. The big move from Benfica in the summer, you know, record-breaking move. Hasn't quite started for him. He's got a few goals, did okay, but the sending off against Palace was a backward step, has to be said. And then the system hasn't quite worked, and then he hasn't got quite in. Saka goal was offside, first 57 seconds. VAR cameras were not ready, and the league to apologise. Exactly. We're unlucky against Arsenal, there's no doubt about it, but that game's history. It's over. We lost it. We move on. It's City today, guys. All eyes on Manchester City at Anfield today, guys. That is all we got to be doing today. We gotta roll up and we gotta rock and roll up our sleeves, even if they have sleeves on the jerseys. They used to have them years ago, but roll up our sleeves and get stuck in. Tempo's got to be right. First 10, 15. No mistakes. No silly mistakes. No early yellows from Milner. That type of thing. Get stuck into the likes of Kevin De Bruyne. Do not give him a second on the ball. You give him a second, he kills you. You give De Bruyne a second on the ball, it is over, baby. It is over. And we need big games from the likes of Fabinho. He needs to turn up today. Mosalah up front and Van Dijk. The spine of the team has got to be good. And Alisson. I mean, Alisson, you're expecting Alisson to be pulling off saves left, right and centre. Not many people have played against Nunes. So it's a bit of an advantage, says Mark. We'll bring him on last 20, 25, you know, maybe even half an hour. Bring him on, see what we can do. I mean, if we're chasing the game or we're 2-0 down or we're losing with, 15, 20 minutes to go, we just have to go for it. I mean, it's better off losing 2-0 than 1-0 makes no bloody difference. We need points now. We need points on the board. Points mean prizes, as I used to always say. But our points were so easy to come by in the last 4 years. But just that this little niggle of a season we've had, injuries, yes, played a big part of it. New system changes, integrating new players like Nunes and stuff like that. It's all about confidence. It's all about confidence. We got an early goal against City here. The place would explode. It would literally, the levels, the confidence levels would just go up through the roof. Tempo, everything would go up through the roof. So the start is so important. The midfield battle is so important. Taking our chances up front is so important. I know it sounds easy on paper, but that's what we got to do. 25 minutes left. Arsenal leads. Lights went out in the first half. Oh, wow. They're winning 1-0, aren't they, Arsenal? That'd be a good way to win. Remember the battles in the 90s? Probably these are too young, but the Leeds, Arsenal, FA Cup battles in the league and in the FA Cup over the years. David O'Leary's Leeds, of course, were absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Fab alongside VVD and Gomez at centre-back and Milner in the 6. That's a possibility, Doug. Well spotted there, my friend. Gomez at right-back, you're saying. So you're saying Gomez, it could be Gomez at right-back with VVD and Fabinho, Robbo. And Millie in the middle with Elliott and Thiago. It's possible. It's possible. I think it's more likely that he plays full-back, but you never know. You never know. That's a good shout. That is a good shout. That is possible. Yes, absolutely. But even if Milner plays in midfield, he still only gets 60 minutes out of Milner, really, won't you? And the yellow card still applies to him. No early yellows, whether he plays full-back, right-back, or midfield. But that is a good shout. There is a possibility. I haven't seen the actual lineup of it. I've just seen the players coming out. But there is a possibility that Millie could play in midfield, of course, and Fab could play centre-half with VVD and Gomez go right-back. It is possible. But we'll only see the lineup when you see it coming up on Sky Sports or whatever, won't you? You'll only see it then. But we'll see. It's going to be an interesting game no matter what happens, guys. It is going to be I can't wait for it either way. I'm not huge confidence going into it. How could you be with the injuries and the way we've been playing and the team that's there against this unbelievable juggernaut that is Man City and Haaland, who's a bleeding monster, a beast, whatever you want to call him. I mean, he just scores every chance he gets. Half chance, good chance, no chance. He just scores, and we've got to be on our game today. Not give any silly goals away. If it's a good goal, if it's a worldie, well, you put your hand up and go, wow. but certainly don't hand it to them on a play. Don't hand them on, because, I mean, you don't, City are so good, you certainly don't need to be handing them goals and making it even doubly easy for them, because I want to make it hard for them. Let them know they're in a game. And we've done it to be fair, we had a great record against City over the years, and we've done it for the past 3 or 4 years today. And I want to see it continue today at Anfield. I want to see a good tempo, a good performance, something we can take into the West Ham game who we play at Anfield on Wednesday night. So we got to take some positives out of this game. Liverpool 2, Manchester City 2, I'm going for. With his, of course, the Desmond 2-2. Archbishop Desmond 2-2 he's going for. I got no ticket again. Every fan, foreign legion walking. Oh, here we go, Jose. Mecca is Anfield for them people. Well, unfortunately, it's the way of the world. It's a business. I mean, I'm a foreign fan as well. I can't get a ticket. You know what I mean? I'd go over to Liverpool from Dublin. Now, it's not far away from Liverpool, but that's just the way it is. I mean, that's the way it is, baby. Liverpool are so famous now. The brand is so good. Everybody wants to go and see them. I mean, the new stadium, the new stand, the Anfield Road End stand next year gives an extra 7,000. But to be honest, they needed probably twice that. You know what I mean? So you're always going to have someone let down for a ticket, no matter how much of a fan or big of a fan you are. It's always going to happen. Nunez will be on no matter what the score says. Neil, yeah, you're presuming he will come on last half hour, last 25, but we're hoping we're in the game at that stage. If we're still in the game at 20-25 to go, it's only a goal in it, or we're level or winning. That will dictate who comes on and who comes off, won't it? But that's an interesting one, little sidewinder thrown in by Doug, whether Milner plays right back or plays right side of midfield, and Fabinho plays beside Van Dijk, and Gomez goes right back. So you'd have Gomez, Fab, Van Dijk, Robbo. Then you'd have, of course, Elliott, Thiago, and maybe Milner in midfield. That's a possibility. That is a possibility. Just when you see Milner, you're thinking right back straight away. But Trent is on the bench. That was another weird one, I suppose. Really, really weird. Maybe you see Trent in midfield. Maybe you see Trent come on and play midfield. Right side of midfield. That's another possibility. But as I say, guys, we can't talk this up too much. This is a big game. We need to get a performance today. We need to show up, basically, today. We need to show up against an unbelievable City side. So that's what we need to do. We need to show up against an unbelievable Man City side. This team could turn into a bleeding Farmers League if we don't show up. You know what I mean? We've showed up the last 4 years in particular. So close. Two seasons, just 1 point off. See, that kills me. Could have easily won 3 leagues instead of 1. We won 1 is great, but we could have easily had 2 or 3. We've thrown a Champions League, thrown 3 Champions League finals, but I mean, take us out of the equation, and it's a cakewalk. It's an absolute cakewalk for a City. So I'm hoping we can get our act together. Arsenal will give it all, give it their all, absolutely. Can't believe our man Dom is at Anfield today. Yeah, Dominic Rich FC is at Anfield. The big Man City fan, of course. Dominic Rich is at Anfield today. Say hello to him if you see him, guys. But Dr. D is in the house, and I'm hoping doesn't have a great game. He doesn't have a great day at Anfield. Of course, I mean the football match. But we shall see. I'm sure he's confident going there. What a game to go to, coming all the way over from the States to go to the Liverpool City game. I mean, that is that's the game one of the few games you want to go to, isn't it? But United draw 0-0 earlier. That was a bit of a blow for United. Arsenal still won 1-0. City game is the hardest to get tickets nowadays. Yeah, but it's an A game, isn't it? I mean, the United game, Everton game, is it the Chelsea, Spurs, City? They're the A games. They're very hard to get tickets for, no matter who you are. So hard to get tickets for. But look, guys, I just think a few things. We'll finish this in a few minutes, but the main thing for me is Liverpool's got to show up today. They've got to show up. They've got to put in a performance. They've got to, this is Anfield type of mentality. Don't care who's on the pitch. Give it your all. Get your A game going, because we're going to need it against City. We'll need our A game. I'm hoping when I come on minutes after the full-time whistle for the instant match reaction. So check that out. It should be live for an instant match reaction. Hopefully I have a big smile on my face. But at least we can drink watching the game, says Mark. But I mean, look, I'm just hoping I'm in a good humour at 6:30, because that'll mean we've done something right. We've either won, drawn, or got a performance out of Liverpool. And that's what I really want today. I want a performance out of Liverpool today. I want players playing for the shirt. I want players getting the tempo. I want them riding on the Kop's crest of a wave and the fans. That's what I want today. I really, really do. But it's going to be really, really interesting, and it's getting close to kick off now, guys. I'm not going to stand longer, much more. But as I say, I will be on. Have your notifications on for an instant match reaction seconds after the game, and we'll do a little 20-minute reaction to it, and hopefully I'm in a good humour, as I say. But I'm confident enough we will play well today. Whether it's good enough to get a result is another question. Whether City turn up, Haaland turns up or has an off game is another question. Salah turns up and or does a Rangers 26 minutes, you never know, turns up, just goes at them. Bobby, Jota, all click today. The midfield is tight, doesn't give anything away, and our defence is solid. That's what we need. We need all the bits to work. We need all our bits to work today in unison. Watch Liverpool fans go to Everton just to watch top six play, says Jose. Jose, you're a bit salty today. What's wrong with you? Relax. Enjoy the game, baby. Enjoy the game. Huge game. Minutes away. Liverpool FC need to play today, says Isaiah. You're absolutely right, my friend. We need to get our act together today. We need to win today. We need to put in a performance today. That's what I really hope and want today. I want a performance today, out of anything. The result, yes, of course. You don't want to lose. And Van Dijk doesn't want to lose his home record of never losing a home game he started at Anfield since January 2018. I mean, it's a ridiculous record. He wants to bring that onto another game, even onto Wednesday night against West Ham. So, I mean, he's that record too. I think it's 2-25 in the league. We haven't lost to City. It's 1-19. It's just at Anfield. It's just ridiculous record against City. It really is. I just want it to continue today. But we've got to be at it. We've got to be at it today. We've got to turn up and we've got to be ready to rock and roll. There's just no doubt about it. Will we do it? Who knows? Next 2 hours, 3 hours, we'll find out. Next 2.5 hours, we shall find out. All eyes on Anfield, guys. All eyes on Anfield. I'm sticking with a score draw. I did say 2-1 midweek, but the more I look at that team, I find it hard how they're going to actually win the game. So I'm going to go 2-2. Desmond 2-2. Archbishop Desmond 2-2 with the draw, score draw. 15 minutes left. Leeds 0. Arsenal 1. That'd be a big result for Arsenal to get the win and then put the pressure on City, you know, that type of way, which would be good for us in a way because it puts a bit of pressure on City. Oh, Arsenal won away at Leeds, puts a little bit of pressure on City, and you want all the pressure you can get on City. We need all things we need VAR to go away today as well, the crowd to be on our side, and all the players to turn up and play A games. I mean, you can't have any passengers today in Anfield. You literally cannot have passengers at Anfield today. Gotta turn up big time today. Turn up, who knows? I think we might get a result. I think might shock a few people. We might actually shock a few people. But I'm going to go now, guys. You'll never walk alone. I'll talk soon. Stay safe. Instant match reaction incoming straight after the final whistle. Hit the like. Hit the share. Let's go, Liverpool. Let's put in a performance. Let's get City. Talk soon.